Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be showing you how to model, texture, UV unwrap, light, and render a table in Maya. And let's get right into it. So first let's create a cube. Then let's scale it up, go to the attribute editor and then PQ. Let's set the X size to 5, the Z to 10 and Y to 0.5. Let's increase the subdivisions, go to polycube, then increase the width to 5, depth to 10, so we can have even cubes, square shapes. Now let's go down, go to face mode, select the 4 corners. Then let's extrude them, use the extrude tool. Click on one of the scale axis cubes to get the middle one to show. Then let's scale the middle one down. And maybe bring it down a little bit. Then let's extrude again. Click extrude. Then move the legs down. Click on one of the cubes to get the middle one and scale the middle one down. Maybe let's bring it up a little bit. Okay, that's our table. Let's go to object mode and bring it up. Okay, now let's create a new material. So right click, then go to assign new material and then click new material. Then let's click on the Maya button right here and then click standard surface. So here's our texture tab. Let's rename it so we have an organized workspace. Let's rename it to table underscore texture. And then here I can change the color to anything I want. But I want some realistic results, so I'm going to use an image file instead of a color. So let's go search for an image texture for our table. You can go to Google and search table texture, like so. We want high quality textures, so go to Tools. Then make sure the size is set to large so you can get high quality textures. And here we get some good textures that are 3K, good quality. I like this one, so I am gonna use this one and save it. Save it in your desktop. You can also go to other websites like polygon.com, which has some nice textures. Also textures.com, which also has some good quality textures. And also Polyhaven, which you can get textures, HDRI files, and lots of 3D models as well. So to change the color, go to this checker button right here, then click File. You'll be brought to this window, then scroll up, click the folder button right here, and then let's navigate to our saved image. Let's open it up. And now to see our texture, make sure this button is enabled. So click on it to see the textures. Okay, good. Now we have our texture in the table. You can play around with the color balance settings like exposure to make it brighter or darker. You can also tint it using color gain to any color you like. I'm going to undo. You can go back to the table texture settings using this button. This will bring you back to the previous panel, or you can click on your table and navigate to the table texture panel right here. So I want to change the direction of the texture right now. It's going this way. I want it to go horizontally. Also, the legs of the table are very stretched. We need to fix that. So let's go to UV Editing workspace, which will bring us to this workspace. Right click and make sure you're on object mode and click on your object. And now you can see the UVs. Let's view the table from the top. Go to create and camera based to set our UV maps from the top. And it already looks way better. We can right click in here and go to UV shells to select the UVs. And then we can move them around as if it was an object. So we can move the UVs like this, however we like it to be positioned, and we can scale it up and down. And we can also press E to rotate the texture. All right. Let's go back to modeling standard. So as you can see, the texture looking very flat. I want more depth in the texture. I want the blacks to have more depth. So what I'm gonna do is open the Hypershade menu by clicking this button right here, which will show us all of the textures we're using. So let's click on our table texture right here. And as you can see, we have the table texture displayed on a sphere. Let's dive into the material. Click this button to go to the input connections. And as you can see here, we have the same settings as we had before. You can play around with the roughness to make it more shiny or make it more matte. So I want the blacks to have more depth, to be extruded a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is press Tab and search for a bump to the node. So click on the first one. Let's position it here and drag the out alpha of the image to the bump value right here. And connect the out normal to the normal camera, and that's all you have to do. Connect it like this, and now we get this look. Obviously it's too much. Let's dial it down to about 0.1. So right now we get some really good and nice details. by just using the darker values as a bump map. Let's close this window. And you will see it's being applied to our table as well. Let's navigate to the bump 2D panel right here. And we can even adjust the bump depth more. That's looking too much. Maybe let's reduce it to 0.05. Okay, that looks better, which added a lot of nice details. It's looking less flat right now. So now I want to light our table. The easiest way to light something is by using an HDRI image. So go to the Arnold shelf right here and then click on Sky Dome Light. So click on the Sky Dome Light and it will create a 360 light for us. So it's not being shown. Why is that? Because we need to enable the lights in the viewport to use all lights and also enable the shadows. So we can set the intensity and also set the color to anything we like. So right here, chosen white. You can change it to a different color too. But I would like to use an image for the Sky Dome light. So let's go to Polyhaven and click on HDRIs. And let's choose an HDRI image that we think will fit our table. So let's scroll down and you can see we have a lot of options here. So you can imagine our table being these spheres right here and seeing how the light will affect our table. So these have very soft, nice shadows, while these have like less shadows in them. So I think I will go with this one because of the nice soft shadows. I don't really like harsh sad shadows, but you can choose wherever you like. Let's download it and save it in our desktop. Let's go back to Maya. And again, click the checker button right here beside the color and choose File. Now click on the folder icon and choose the HDRI image that we downloaded. Let's open the image up. And as you can see, it already lit our table very nicely. So now let's render our table. Let's go to Panels, Perspective, and New to create a new camera. Let's rename the camera to Camera 1. Now let's click on this button to show the margins of the camera. And let's just move the viewport to wherever angle of the table we would like to render. So this angle right here looks good to me. Then let's go to Arnold and render. So it rendered this image for me. I don't want the background to be in the picture, so let's close our render window, click on the Sky Dome, scroll down to Visibility, and bring the camera all the way down to 0. Now if we try to render again, go into Arnold, render, the background, the sky dome won't be visible. So now let's save our image. Go to File, Save Image, and let's save it in our desktop. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.